Hi beloveds, it's Angelina Marie, and I'm doing another video about how to call in experiences that you want in your life. And we have so many things that we just kind of allow to happen in our lives, and we forget that we are the creators and we can choose to have different experiences. And in fact, the universe does want to support us as we're requesting to have new experiences. And for me personally, because of my programming and my family patterning, I continue to have a lot of the same experiences. And I was guided by Archangel Michael that I can change it. And I want to share with you how you can do that. Because we get so caught up in the way that we think that the universe is, or the way that we think reality works. And it's actually very malleable. And that, when we want to learn something new, or a new way of being, that's available to us. And it's not necessarily easy to let go of a specific pattern, and you might start recognizing it in your daily life that, okay, I'm having the same situations happen over and over again. And you might not be ready to know what the underlying reason of that is, or what the experience that you had that created this patterning in your life. And there's kind of a way that's it's gentler and more compassionate way that we can learn. And so one of those ways is by calling in the experience you want. So for me personally, because of my upbringing, I was having a lot of experiences around attracting the wrong, or attracting men in my life that wasn't necessarily healthy. And I decided, after receiving a channeled message from Archangel Michael, that I was ready to experience the opposite of that. And I was wanting to have healthy experiences around men, fulfilling, enriching experiences where I could be really vulnerable and I could be open and able to receive. And I wasn't ready to look at the underlying cause yet, but I just wanted to see if that was available. And so the process is pretty simple, and you can do it with anything. And I'll give some examples. So when you first wake up in the morning, and you're in between that stage of you're still half asleep, you're kind of awake, kind of take some deep breaths, and you're going to want to ground yourself. And if you don't know how to ground yourself, I'll just go over the exercise real quick. You imagine that there's a cord running from the bottom of your spine all the way to the center of the earth. And then you want to make sure that you secure that cord in any way. I personally like to use a hook, but whatever you feel is appropriate. And then you're going to want to go ahead and breathe up that cool earth energy from your cord into your body. And that way you'll be ready to go ahead and call in these new experiences. So once you ground yourself, you'll go ahead and put your attention on your heart. And then you will decide what it is you want to experience. So, if I am wanting to experience, I'm wanting to experience more self-love and self-compassion. And I'm wanting the world to reflect that to me. I would go ahead and call that in. And so put my attention to my heart, and I take a deep breath, and I feel like the breath in my heart and the energy in my heart. And then I would imagine in my heart that intention. So we'll do self-compassion first. And so I'd imagine what that would look like inside my heart. And I would hold it there until I felt ready. And you're just going to have to listen to your body and what it wants. Maybe a few seconds. But you could do as long as a minute, however long you need. And then when I took that breath in, I would feel that breath in my heart, and it would be with the compassion. And then when I breathe out, I would imagine that that breath would go through the center of my heart out into the universe, and that's how we're calling it in. And you can do that breath as many times as you feel that you need, and it can be so many different things. Like I said, the one that I really like is self-love and compassion, particularly if I'm like having days where I'm feeling judgmental or just feeling unsure. But you can do anything. Like I said, I wanted to experience emotionally available men, and you can do the same thing with that too, and just be see how it shows up for you in your life. The other things that you can do, for example, would be maybe you want compassion from the universe. Maybe you want joy. Maybe you want to experience abundance. Maybe you want to experience adventure or excitement or romance or maybe, the list just goes on and on. It's whatever you can imagine is available for experience. Now the other part I'm going to explain is, so my mind would have doubt in this. And so to honor the doubt that my mind was having, I also would call in something physical. So something that isn't normal, that I normally wouldn't see in the universe. And so the thing that I chose was, in addition, when I would call in the non-physical thing, like the self-love and compassion, I would also take the time and I would call in unicorns. And I would request to see unicorns. And that would be my sign to my doubtful mind that what I'm experiencing, so when I'm experiencing this love and compassion, it's not just coincidence if I see a unicorn, because I know that that is something that I wouldn't normally see out in the world, and it could be anything. You can call in like a white spotted pig. Maybe that's something that you want to call in, and it's just a physical way that we are calling in the things that we want. Now, you could see it in different ways. You want to not have too many expectations around the physical attribute that you're calling in, because you could see it in different ways. Like I would see t-shirts that would have unicorns on it, or I would see a stuffed unicorn, or I would see a sign that has a unicorn, or I would see on a billboard the word unicorn. And so you just want to be kind of open-minded to how it's going to show up. I one time requested a red horse, and I saw a huge statue of a red horse. So, when things start happening and we start noticing that maybe more compassion's coming towards us, or feel more loving towards ourselves, our mind wants to explain it away and just say, oh, it's just coincidence. It doesn't have anything to do with the practice. But then if we also get the additional message, or we get the additional physical evidence that it's happening, it's hard for our minds to explain that away. And so between the two things, when I would see the unicorns, I would know that I'm experiencing whatever it is that I called in. And it's such a it's such a fun game too, because it puts you out in the world, and then every day is kind of an adventure on how you're going to experience these different things, and you kind of pay attention to what's happening in the world around you. I would recommend that not to be impatient, that sometimes it takes some time. And so if it doesn't happen the first day, just continue to try, because it's like any other practice. It takes time for it to learn. And if it's something that is challenging for you, it might take longer to show up in your life. And I just really wanted to share this profound practice, at least for me, about experiencing some magic in the world and becoming our own creators of the life that we want. So I hope that this is resonates with you and it's helpful, and I hope that you can find some joy in this practice. That's kind of the part of it, is to have joy in it. And then when you start seeing the things show up, make sure that you feel gratefulness, because that allows for the universe to manifest the things that you want even quicker. So feel the gratefulness when you see it, and have joy and that childlike wonderment that so many of us adults have lost. And if you find that you're starting to get frustrated, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to book a session, and we can kind of see maybe what's happening on your end. And I'm available to help. I'll include my website below if you're wanting to book a session, or like I said, you're getting frustrated with this process. And I'm very grateful to share this with you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day.